Alan, you and I saw Mean Girls.
Yay.
Mean Girls. All right. Tell us the story of Mean Girls, Alan.
Yes. Well, it's the story of four fetch girls who it's basically it's the original Mean Girls, but set to music. It's based on the musical. Tina Fey, Tim Meadows, they reprise their roles. And Gory Rice plays Katie, who is who's out with her mother out in Africa, and decides that this is not a place to raise a teen. And so the mother, played by Jenna Fisher, takes Katie to a typical American high school. In fact, it's one of the most diverse high schools ever in existence. And Katie learns all about peer pressure, cliques, and she gets embroiled with the Plastics, who are the most popular girls on campus. And they invite her in, and we see the darkness behind popularity, and all set to music. So, yeah, this is not for me.
It's not for me. We're not the target. The target demo is kids,
yeah.
high school.
I mean, my daughter was there with us, and she loved it. And she tells me, yeah, all her theater friends are going to go see this movie. It's going to do well this weekend amongst the teens. I just found it long. I found it annoying. Mentioned that this is the most diverse school ever. It is. It crosses the broad spectrum of race, gender, sexuality. It's all there. It's all there, and it's all there. And by the end, it got really annoying. I will say the music's pretty good compared to the other musicals out there. It's probably the better in terms of song and music. Yeah, I can't recommend this movie, but realizing no one cares what I think about this movie.
Right. I mean, like, look, the audience that is going to go see this film doesn't care what Film Threat thinks about this. It doesn't really matter. But I'll say, look, I can't say I wasn't entertained during some of it.
Mm-hmm.
There one of the moments. Yeah, it has its moments. One of the characters, her name is Karen Shetty, played by Avintika Vandanapu. She is so smoking hot. I was surprised, like, wow, I'm so used to seeing desexualized women in movies. Yeah. They went out of their way to make, she's an Indian actress, and wow, she is.
Yeah, there's a lot of cleavage in this movie.
There's a lot. Her cleavage is like featured in the movie. It's an entire
song in the movie.
And then there's a scene at a Halloween party where she's effectively just wearing lingerie as her costume. She's hot. That kept me from being bored. Actually, to be quite frank. Look, this movie's not for me. It's the remake of the 2004 original 20 years later, which is weird because Tina Fey and Tim Meadows look kind of the same. Yeah. Like, wow, they really haven't. It's either that or the makeup is good. But it's the same. It's like an amalgam of, it's not a sequel. It's not a remake. It's the same story, but with songs from the musical. So it's almost like a mashup of, we're going to remake the original, but with the songs from the Broadway play.
Yeah. I mean, weirdly, the movie seems shorter than the original. In this,
yes,
and I think the music has a lot to do with that. The fact that they're wasting about 3 to 4 minutes on a scene that only took a minute to shoot.
Yeah, it stands at 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.4 out of 10 on IMDb. I'll tell you this, for the target demo audience will love this movie. I am not that. And it is interesting. I'm curious how the message of this film will resonate, because it's effectively about bullying by calling people names behind their backs. That's the main crux of the message is about this film, and how corrupting and bad that can be when it comes to friendships. Right.
I mean, the burn book is a big part of this movie, and it felt like it was a minor side tangent to the film, as opposed to the first book, where I think it played a much bigger role.
Right. But that theme is there. That thread is there. Right. But a lot of it is like excuses to, like, let's tell songs. I think it was like when we were done watching the film, you and I were walking out, and it's just like, well, they made a movie. A bunch of theater kids got together and made a movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is. So if that's your cup of tea, you'll probably like it. And I actually do happen to like musicals. I didn't love this one. So it's a mixed to negative coming from me. I'm just not the audience for it. Alan, what did you think?
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not gonna see it again unless I have to drive a bunch of teens to see it.
So when are you taking your daughter to see it again?
I don't know. It's not gonna be this weekend.
I bet you're gonna.
She wants to see it again. She wants to see it again.
I will bet money you're taking your daughter to see it again.
No, I will be.
I don't even have to bet. I already won.
Highly likely that will happen.